Some fairy tales are about maids who get turned into princesses. This is not one of those fairy tales.
52 Reasons Week with Jessica Brody starts now on the Radio Disney Fan Club. Hey Rising Stars Web Show viewers and Radio Disney Fan Club subscribers. It's me, Hannah Joy. I'm in this box down here. Kind of hard to see me, but Jessica can see me in full view, and we are joined once again. I think it's been a little over a year, and we are talking to her for her brand new book, 52 Reasons to Hate My Father. And no matter how many times I say that title, it never gets old because it just grabs your attention. So tell me, Jessica, how have you been?
I've been good. How have you been?
I have been absolutely wonderful. When does 52 Reasons hit stores? I know it's in July.
Yes, 52 Reasons to Hate My Father hit stores on July 3rd. We just got done filming the trailer for 52 Reasons. We shot it in Los Angeles. It was a 3-day shoot, and I'm editing it now, so it's a lot of work, but I think it's going to be really, really awesome.
I love the whole editing process. It's so much fun. So
yeah.
What program do you use to edit the trailer together?
I use Final Cut Pro to edit. It's like the professional industry editing software. There's another software called Avid that a lot of people use, but Final Cut Pro it's easy enough to use. Like, I don't know how all of the features work. There's like tons of features. I don't even know what they do. But for the most part, I just use what I need to use. And
I adore Final Cut Pro.
Oh, good.
I want to know, how you came up with the names for each character in the book, because I love the name Lexington Larrabee. That's just awesome.
The proposal for my publisher, I had her named London Larrabee. I just really liked the name London. I thought it was just so suave, and it just sounded like an heiress. Yeah. And then my editor was like, can you change the name because it's too close to Paris, like Paris Hilton, and she's an heiress too, obviously. And so I didn't even put the two together. I was like, oh, yeah, I guess so, London, Paris.
I didn't put that together either.
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me. Maybe subconsciously I did that. So I was trying to come up with names. I knew that I wanted the last name Larrabee because it just always sounded like a really wealthy name to me. So I just started to brainstorm names of what would sound really cool and very unique, and also would have a really good nickname, because I like when my characters have nicknames. Like in the Karma Club Madison, she's called Maddie, and in My Life Undecided, her name's Brooklyn, and they call her Brooks. And so I wanted a nickname, a character name that had a nickname. So I don't even know how I came up with Lexington, but the funniest thing, and I didn't do this consciously either, is that I realized that all my books have names that have to do with New York. So, because Madison is a street in New York, and then Brooklyn is, obviously a borough of New York, and then Lexington is a street in New York. And I didn't even realize I had done that. So, my next book has no reference to New York at all.
Are you absolutely positive?
I'm positive, yeah.
I think it's cool though. London makes me think of London Tipton, which is totally heiress. So if you had gone with London, I love the name London Larrabee as much as I love Lexington Larrabee, but I think Lexington sounds better with Larrabee.
Usually Lexi is short for Alexis or Alexa, yeah. So if there's a Lexington out there, please tweet me or Facebook me so I know that you exist.
Yes.
In the book, Lexington is this spoiled heiress, and she's totally overindulged, and she's getting into all this trouble. In the beginning of the book, she crashes her car into a convenience store, and her dad's just really tired of her lifestyle and how poorly she's living her life.
I should probably start by telling you about my father. He's kind of a big deal, which makes it pretty hard to get his attention.
He decides that instead of getting her trust fund on her 18th birthday, he's going to make her do 52 low-wage jobs.
I'm delaying the distribution of your trust fund.
What?
Until you can prove to me that you've earned it.
One for every week of the year. And if she completes all the jobs, then she'll get her trust fund. So, of course, Lexington, is just mortified that she has to do any kind of labor, which is why she thinks she has 52 reasons to hate her father because of the 52 jobs. So her father's name is Richard Larrabee. I didn't really put a lot of thought into that name. It's just I liked the name Richard. It sounded kind of like a wealthy.
It does.
Wealthy man, yeah.
It sounds. It has this air. It just sounds like Lexington's dad.
Well, and then then her father assigns, there's this college intern that works at his company, and he assigns the intern to kind of keep tabs on Lexington and make sure she's doing all the jobs to his satisfaction. So he's kind of cute, but he's really annoying, and she hates him because he's a total kiss up to her dad, and she doesn't like him because he works for her dad. She hates everything about her dad. So his name is Luke.
And that's not even the worst part. I didn't even tell you about Luke.
Carver, actually. And that's another thing I don't notice I do, but I end up like pairing characters together, like, and I end up putting the same first letter of each of their names. So Lexington and Luke, and then Brooklyn and Brian was my last book. I don't know why I did that. I just think like it's kind of a cute little thing. So I'm not sure how I came up with Luke either. This is my 5th book, and by the time you come up with all these characters for 5 books, you have to just make sure you're not duplicating. So it was like, oh, maybe his name can be, Brian. Oh, I already used that. Or maybe his name can be Jamie. Oh, I used that already. So that's that name. And then Lexington has 2 best friends that are also very wealthy, so I wanted to come up with really wealthy sounding names for them. So one of the names is she actually just calls herself T, like the letter T. Mm-hmm. Her real name is Tessa, and she hates it, so she makes everyone call her T. And I just thought that was like a really cool, like, trendy sounding thing, like, hi, I'm T. And then she has another friend whose name is Gia, J-I-A, and I just thought that was kind of I heard the name somewhere. I thought it was really, like, cool.
I've seen Gia with a G, but not with a J.
Not with the J.
I love the J, yeah.
So I really liked her, but Lexington calls her G, so she has her friends T and G. So, I don't know. I don't really put a lot of thought into, like, the other characters' names, but I always put a lot of thought into the main character's name.
Yeah, because the main character is very important.
I keep a list on of, like, names that I really like, that I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And because I do a lot of book signings, like, I write a lot of people's names down, and if I really like their name, I will secretly add it to my phone list, and then maybe it'll end up in a book somewhere.
Being America's favorite heiress is a dirty job.
You belong with me.
But I guess someone's got to do it.
Tune in tomorrow as we continue 52 Reasons Week with Jessica Brody on the Radio Disney Fan Club.